All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matt Fessler. I'm the Associate Dean of Enrollment here at Hudson County Community College. Thank you for being here today and welcome to our live virtual information session. And yes, we are actually live. This is happening right now as we speak. And as I said, I do want to thank all of you for being here today, especially in these unique and challenging times. I do want to make sure I take a moment and thank anyone that's with us today that's an essential worker. We thank you for your service. I also want to send my well wishes to those that have been affected or have lost someone to this awful virus. Our thoughts and prayers are certainly with you at this time. We do hope this presentation provides you the information you need to make informed decisions about your educational journey. And we also hope this presentation lets you know we are still here for you. We're here for you now, we'll be here for you tomorrow, and we'll be here for you in the future. It's very important to us at Hudson that we continue to support our students, faculty, and staff, as well as our community. And I truly believe the more we support each other, we will come out of this stronger than ever before. So with that being said, I'm going to go into today's agenda. We are going to do quick introductions. I have panelists with me today. I'll have them introduce themselves on video in a moment. They are here today to answer your questions. So you should see a Q&A chat box that you can actually write questions live throughout this presentation, and we encourage you to do that. Our panelists will be answering your questions live as I present. So feel free to do that. And they will also join us at the end for a live Q&A panel, all of us on video and answering questions live, or maybe some that we weren't able to get to during the presentation. We're also going to go over what HCC is doing in response to COVID-19. And then we'll go over the HCCC focus, which is really kind of a general overview of everything what HCC has to offer. I certainly won't be able to touch on everything today, so we do encourage you to ask questions during this presentation and then after this presentation as well. So let's do quick introductions here. As I said before, my name is Matt Fessler. I'm the Associate Dean of Enrollment here. I'm going to ask each of our panelists to come on and introduce themselves. So first, we'll start off with Janine Nunez.
Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Janine Nunez, and I am the recruiter here at Hudson County Community College. I mainly work with business, culinary, and hospitality, but I am versed in everything Hudson. So please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I've been with the college for about 23 years, and I am a proud Hudson County Community College graduate.
Thank you, Janine. And I'll pass it off to Nakia now.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nakia Santos, and I am an admissions recruiter here at Hudson County Community College, and I'm also a graduate. I graduated from Hudson in 2016, where I received my associates in human services, and I took great advantage of Hudson's transfer programs, where I transferred to Rutgers University, Newark, receiving my bachelor's in social work, and in 2 weeks, I'll be graduating with my MSW. Although I was your non-traditional student, meaning that I came back at 31 years old, the experience was great. I hope that your experience will also be great, and thank you for joining us today.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nakia. And now I'll pass it off to Royal to introduce herself as well.
Hi, can everyone see me? Good afternoon. My name is Royal Maynard. I am an alum of Hudson County Community College. Graduated in the year 2008, currently serve as a member of the Alumni Executive Board as treasurer, and also I'm a business adjunct faculty member since 2014 here at Hudson. And I again am proud to be a Hudson County Community College, not only colleague, but also a student as well. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you to our three panelists for joining us today. Again, they are on to answer questions throughout the presentation, so feel free to do that while I present. And again, they will be back on live at the end on video to answer any remaining questions or questions that we might not have gotten to. So let's move on to what HCC's response to COVID-19 has been. I can tell you our president's #1 priority has been the safety of our students, faculty, and staff. Uh, and our campus is closed right now, but all of our operations continue. That is for the safety of everybody. We continue to follow the governor and state orders, and we would like to be back on campus as soon as possible. But of course, we want to make sure we're doing it in the safest way possible as well. You can find the most up-to-date information and resources if you go to www.hccc.edu/coronavirus-resources. If you can't remember that, just go to our homepage at hcc.edu. It is at the very top, and you can click and find the resources there as well. All of our classes have moved fully online. That includes our spring term we're currently in, as well as our future summer terms. So summer 1 and summer 2 are fully online. And we do hope, like I said, we do hope to get back on campus. We're hoping that's in the fall, but we of course have to see how things play out. I do want to let you know, though, that as we made this transition to online, we have been doing a lot of support for our students and faculty. We've had a lot of online orientations and different support to help with this transition. Something we've done to help with this transition is we've ordered 650 Chromebooks to provide students without computers, and we continue to hand those computers out to this day. That is no cost to the student, but of course they do have to return them at the end of the semester. Students in the spring and summer semesters will be given a pass-fail option, and our president recently announced that. So that is for our spring and upcoming summer semesters. They'll be given the pass-fail option. You still have the option to go with a traditional letter grade, but we're providing a pass-fail option to relieve some of that stress and make sure there's a clear path for academic success. You may not know, but we actually have 2 food pantries, and they remain open at our Journal Square, Jersey City campus and North Hudson Union City campus. So we have two food pantries, one at each location, and they remain open because they are essential. So students are still welcome to come there and stock up on food and things that they need. We also have the Hudson Helps funding, which is available to students in need. Hudson Helps was actually available before the pandemic, but very important to have it available to students now. This is really students that are in need, in desperate situations, that they need some type of financial support. And we do review those on a case-by-case basis, and we certainly try to get every student the funding they need, especially if they're in a dire situation. As I mentioned before, our campus is closed, but all of our services are available remotely. So everything is continuing remotely. That includes admissions, registration, academic advising, financial aid, tutoring, mental health, and so much more. Virtually all of our services are available and continue even though we are not on campus. And then we also have the CARES Act. And some of you may have heard this from the government. That is coming very soon to help provide students relief. That is direct funding going directly to our students. We are working through that as we speak to get students that funding as quickly as possible. And then, of course, I mentioned this before, we are still here for you. And that is our main theme throughout this. We are going to be here to support you, our community, our students in any way possible. So let's talk about the HCC focus. And again, this is kind of a general overview of what everything HCC has to offer. So the HCC focus is our focus on providing students flexible learning environments. It's our focus on providing students outstanding academic programs. It's our focus on providing students cost-effective education. It's our focus on providing students unlimited transfer and career opportunities. And it's our focus on providing students supportive student services. So I'm going to go through each of these quickly, just to break them down a little bit. The first focus being flexible learning environments. We like to say here at Hudson, we're ready when you're ready. And that's because we have open enrollment and we always have another term starting around the corner. So you can really apply. We're going to be ready when you're ready to apply. We have 10 start terms throughout the year. We have multiple start terms in the spring, summer, and fall. We have flexible schedules. We have early morning, evening, afternoon, weekend classes. We have fully online programs as well as online classes and hybrid classes. Obviously, right now, everything's online, but that's not the normal. In the normal situation, we would have 6 fully online programs. Those 6 fully online programs are accounting, health sciences, liberal arts history, liberal arts general, criminal justice, and business administration. Uh, those are the fully online programs, meaning you can start from start to finish fully online. But of course, like I said before, we have other classes, just individual classes that are online, as well as hybrid classes, which is part on campus and part online. We're close to home and easily accessible. We have 2 main campuses, as I mentioned before, Journal Square in Jersey City, which is in the top right picture there. And then we have the North Hudson campus, which is in a picture on the bottom right screen there. That's in Union City. We also have 2 offsite locations. We have our brand new Secaucus Center, which is at Hudson County Schools of Technology. That is a new location for us. We're very excited about it. And if you haven't seen Hudson County Schools' new campus, of Technology's new campus, it is certainly something to see. So we are holding classes there in the evening, and we're also at certain times holding classes at Bayonne High School as well. We're easily accessible by public transportation. So whether you're taking the PATH, the light rail, the bus, whatever it may be, we're easily accessible. And if you enroll as a full-time student, you actually get a discount on NJ Transit as well. I wanted to put this map up on the screen just so you see how our campuses are kind of spread out throughout Hudson County. I like to show this to show that we are virtually, wherever you live, we should be virtually close to you in some way or another. So kind of just showing you how we're spread out, covering from north to south, west, east, and everything in between. Our next focus is on outstanding academic programs. We offer more than 60 degrees and certificates here at Hudson County Community College. So there is a lot to choose from. And we're always adding new ones. There's always new ones we're adding every year that lead to in-demand employment and jobs, advanced manufacturing, cybersecurity, personal trainer certificate is some of the newest ones we've added. So we continue to add to those every single year. We have credentialed faculty, state-of-the-art facilities, and award-winning programs. Credentialed faculty, I always like to say credentialed and caring faculty, because that's the number one thing I hear from our students is how caring our faculty is. And with our small class sizes here at Hudson, you really get to work with them one-on-one and get that individualized attention. Whereas some of the bigger schools, you have 100 to 200 students in the class, and a lot of times that's just not possible. So I like to say credentialed and caring faculty because they really get that one-on-one time with you and really understand your strengths and weaknesses and try to get you a place to be successful. I also said state-of-the-art facilities and award-winning programs. I want to take you through a few of these briefly. The first one being, that's a picture of our brand new STEM building. I should maybe say brand new. It's about 2 years old at this point. But if you're interested in science, technology, engineering, or mathematics, this is a state-of-the-art facility with state-of-the-art equipment, top-line equipment, in all of our labs and everything that new is being used. It is a beautiful building. We also have Bites and Bistro and Bites, which is a new cafe, is on the first floor. It is absolutely a wonderful building. I hope when you do get a chance to come to campus, if you're interested in STEM, you will get an opportunity to tour it. This here is a picture of a kitchen from our culinary program. Our culinary program was ranked 6th in the nation according to bestchoiceschools.com. So we are in the top 10 for a culinary program in the nation. Which is just fantastic. That is an actual picture of one of our kitchens at our culinary program. But we also have an ice sculpting room, baking rooms, butcher room, everything you can possibly imagine we have. So if you're interested in culinary, again, we hope to get you on a tour in the very near future. This is our wonderful nursing program. That is an actual picture of our sim lab, which replicates a hospital setting. And students can get real life experience and what it feels like to work in a hospital setting. Our HCC nursing program graduates ranked number 2 in New Jersey on the NCLEX exam pass rate. We're so proud of that. There's a lot of nursing programs here in New Jersey, and to be ranked number 2 is just phenomenal. This is a picture of our library. I'm sure a lot of you have driven past it or maybe have been in it. It is open to the public. It received the number 1 library winner of the Excellence Award in the community college category. It is a beautiful building. There obviously anything you would expect a library to have with the top technology and equipment. There's also classrooms in this building. There's a small cafe to get coffee. There is a beautiful art gallery on the top floor, as well as a terrace that overlooks New York City. And then lastly, this is kind of bittersweet for me, to be honest. Our new HCC Student Center, and the why it's bittersweet is because it was supposed to open this April. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we were not able to open it. The good news is, though, is once we get back to campus, it is fully ready to go. And this is a space that is 100% dedicated to students, an area for you to lounge and hang out, study rooms. There's rooms for clubs and organizations. There's also going to be a new deli in there for students to get food. It is just going to be so awesome. It's going to be right next to our library. So we're very excited for that to open very soon. On the left-hand side there, I also say academic flexibility. And it says, we meet you where you are. Some of you might be saying, Matt, I don't know if I'm ready yet. I don't know if I know my math is good enough, my English. That is okay. We're going to get you placed to where you need to be. And we're going to work with you, and we're going to make sure you're successful moving forward. So we will meet you where you're at. Don't be afraid if you're not sure if you can handle college work. We're going to meet you where you're at and get you to where you need to be. And I will talk about that placement and how you're placed in a little bit in this presentation. And then some of you might be saying, hey, Matt, I really need a challenge. I want unique coursework. I want something to stimulate my mind. I want to be challenged. And that's great too. We have a very robust honors program, which has been continuing to grow. And we have a lot of students that transfer out of our honors program to four-year institutions. They get access to sometimes special guests, special trips, as well as their own lounge area. So it is a very unique program. And if you're interested in that, that's something you can certainly apply for when you get here at Hudson County Community College. Our next focus is on cost-effective education. And sometimes this is the most important thing for a lot of people when choosing a college. Obviously, it's we all know college is expensive, but here at Hudson, we're going to try to do everything we can to lower that cost, but also not lower the quality of the education. More than 80% of students at HCC receive some type of financial aid and/or scholarship. That shows that students at our institution are receiving the funding they need to achieve their educational goals. On the left-hand side there, you can see how we compare to private schools in New Jersey as well as public schools, and you can see this significant amount of money that you're going to save by coming to Hudson County Community College. And then, of course, you can always transfer to a four-year institution as well. But there is a lot of money to be saved. And it doesn't diminish the quality of the education. That's something we want to make sure we let you know. We have students that transfer to top universities all throughout the United States as well as internationally. I'll actually show you a list in a little bit of where our students go. So we're offering that high quality education at a low cost. And again, our students have gone to some of the top institutions throughout the United States. So I mentioned scholarships there briefly, and I want to let you know at Hudson we have two main scholarships. We have the foundation scholarships, and then we have the government scholarship. The foundation scholarship is the Hudson County Community College Foundation, and through certain donors and generous donors, they award $250,000 in scholarships to deserving HE students each year. And then the government scholarship, each year the Hudson County Executive and Board of Chosen Freeholders awards $275,000 in merit and need-based scholarships to HCC students. But you have to apply for them. So I encourage you to go to hcc.edu/scholarships. We have other scholarships on there, but the two main ones that we offer here at Hudson are the foundation and government. If you apply for those, it's one application, it's one essay, and we will do our best to match you with that scholarship if you're eligible. And of course, always depending on the competition as well. But again, we can't award it unless you apply. So please take some time and go to hcc.edu/scholarships to apply for those today. Our next focus was on unlimited transfer and career opportunities. And I put up a graphic here to kind of show you the idea here is that our students go to all different types of places. And some students go to a four-year institution, some go to work. It really depends on what you want to do. I did put up here some of the main schools where our students transfer to, and a lot of these we have agreements with and special special articulation agreements that allow a seamless transition from our institution to their institution. There's also special scholarships that are available. But of course, we also have students that go right into the workforce. And we have a great career services department that's going to help you with your resume, help you find employers, mock interviews, make sure you have the proper attire for an interview. So if you're not interested in transferring, we also have that great opportunity to work with our career services department to find employment as well. So I mentioned before, I wanted to show you where some of our students go to when transferring. And this is a list of some of the top schools our students have gone to throughout the nation. You see some big names up there on the screen: Columbia, Cornell, NJIT, Texas A&M, Stanford University. On the bottom right hand of the screen, you can see students go to internationally as well. So our students are competing with some of the best out there. And I just wanted to put this up there as a highlight that wherever you want to go, you can absolutely start at Hudson. It's really the amount of work that you put into it, but we're also going to be here to support you along the way in achieving your dream. The next thing up here is supportive student services. We have a strong commitment to student success. We have great academic support programs. I mentioned career services, and everything I'm mentioning, everything you see on the screen is still available to this day. Even though we are remote, all of these things and services are still available to you. We have a campus that absolutely promotes diversity. We have more than 90 nationalities represented here at Hudson County Community College. We live in one of the most diverse places in the United States, and we truly believe that each person's background and diversity has something to add to our community and our campus. We have various student activities and organizations, and even some of these things, like I said, student activities and student life are continuing to do things remotely. But if you are on campus, there's always something going on. Don't let anyone tell you that there's not a student life at a community college, because that is a complete myth. There is something going on every single day, whether it's Food Truck Thursdays, we have guest speakers, we have barbecues, dances, whatever it may be, there is something always going on. We also have off-campus events as well, where we go to Yankees games, we go to Jets and Giants games, we go to Broadway shows, and students can get discounted tickets and transportation to a lot of those events. So that's our focus here at Hudson County Community College. But what I want you to think about today is, what is your focus? And what are you trying to ultimately accomplish? Take that back with you today and just think about, what is your ultimate focus? But if it is attending Hudson County Community College, which we certainly hope it is, one of the first things you need to know how to do is how to enroll at Hudson. So I have quick steps up there on the screen. I'm going to go through these briefly with you. The first thing to do is apply to HCCC. If you go to hccc.edu/apply, you can use the promo code. I have it up there on the screen, and it's highlighted, capital H, capital C, and then the number 3. It is cap sensitive, so make sure you capitalize the H and C. That is HC3 to waive the $25 application fee. The next thing you would do is have to take the placement test. We cannot take the placement test on campus right now. On the next slide, I am going to go over how we are doing that remotely, and you have a few different options. So I'm going to go over that right after this slide. The next thing is applying for financial aid and scholarships. If you go to hcc.edu/FA, that's for our financial aid site, and then hcc.edu/scholarships, as I mentioned before. You can view course schedules now and see what's available and see what fits your schedule. If you go to hcc.edu/schedule. And then one of the most important things is you will have to set up a meeting with an advisor to help you register for your classes, especially if you're a new student coming in. Eventually down the road, you will be able to register on your own, but we want to make sure we set you up on the right path and the right direction, and make sure you feel comfortable in the direction you're going as well. So I will actually have a link for you of where you can schedule a meeting, remote meeting with an advisor in the near future. Of course, the last thing there is, if you need additional information, we have hcc.edu/admissions. But if there's one thing I want you to take from this presentation before you leave, it's the enrollment guide. And I have that picture up on the screen. If you go to hccc.edu/enrollment guide, it will download a PDF version of our enrollment guide. Everything you need is in that enrollment guide. Important start dates, payment deadlines, important programs, how to log into certain information. Everything you need is in that enrollment guide. So again, if you're going to take anything from this presentation, please take that. Everything that I've talked about today, especially more details, is in that enrollment guide. So I mentioned if you're a new student, you do have to take the college placement test. Unfortunately, given the circumstances, we're not able to do that on campus. So we are now giving, and I'm excited to say we are giving you options. The first one being you can be exempt from taking the college placement test. You may be eligible for college level coursework by submitting high school transcripts, SATs, ACTs, TOEFL, AP scores, and others. So if you have those, please get them to us. You can send them directly to admissions@hccc.edu, and we will start working with that right away. You can still take the placement test, but you will take it online, and it's through Examity's online proctoring services. That's a company we're working with, so you still can take the exam, and that's a great tool to use if you really want to see and practice questions and see what maybe it's been a while since you've been out of school and you want to see what type of questions are being asked. I still strongly encourage taking the placement test, as it might be a good option just to get an idea of the questions that are going to be asked for you in college. And then lastly, we have directed self-placement. This is new, and I'm very excited about this. We're giving students this option. What you will do is you will review course descriptions and expectations, followed by a brief questionnaire. At the end of the questionnaire, you will select a preferred course placement. You will select that course placement with an advisor as well. So they're going to work with you to make sure that you're in the right place. And the main idea here is that you feel comfortable with the course descriptions and expectations of the class. You don't want to place yourself too high that you're struggling, and you don't want to place yourself too low that it's too easy of coursework for you. So an advisor will work with you, but that is new. We're very excited about that, and we feel it puts it a little bit more in your hands. No one knows yourself better than you, so we feel that that is a great option for students as well. You can find all of this information at hccc.edu/remote placement. That's hccc.edu/remote placement. You can also email testing@hcc.edu. And then, of course, we have their telephone number there as well. All right, and this is the last slide before our Q&A panel comes back on to answer any other questions. I do want to let you know that we are open for registration. Veteran priority registration began on March 31st. And we always give them priority, and we always thank them for their service. So we always give them priority registration before all of their students. If you're interested in that, I have Willie Malone's contact information up on the screen. Please write that down. He is the main person you'd want to talk to, especially if you're using your veteran benefits. Online self-registration opened on April 1st. Eventually, a lot of you will be able to self-register in the future after registering with an advisor the first few times. And then registering with an advisor for all other students began on April 2nd. So we are registering students. Students are booking appointments. You can set up an appointment right now at www.calendly.com/Hudson CASS. And you can actually set up an appointment now. But again, the first thing you're going to want to do is apply, make sure you get your placement and get all of that things, financial aid and everything like that set in place first. But if you feel you're ready and maybe you're on this call and you can on this presentation, you can absolutely set up an appointment today with one of our advisors. If you're with us today and you're a non-matric or visiting student, you should contact our admissions advisor, Celestine Mabea. She works with all students that are non-matric or visiting from a four-year institution. You can see her contact information there, cmabea@hcc.edu, as well as her contact information. And then I also put up there all of our contact information for all of our departments. We will be here, through the presentation afterwards answering questions. If you need more information, whatever it may be, if there's one contact you're going to take down, take admissions@hccc.edu. Just in case if you need more information after any of this, we'll certainly follow up with you. But hopefully between the questions you're asking throughout the presentation and our Q&A panel, you'll get all your questions answered. Okay, so I am going to ask our panelists to come back in and join us. And I am actually going to stop sharing my screen. All right. So let me make sure we get Royal, and we have Nakia, and I'm sure Janine will join us in a second. I don't know, Nakia, I can pass off to you if you have any questions that were brought up throughout the presentation that you want to bring up. I also have commonly asked questions, but we still want to hear from you. So if you have questions now, please continue to put them in, and we will do our best to answer them. If we don't get to it today, please email admissions@hcc.edu and we will follow up with you.
Okay, so I want to start off by saying I didn't expect for all these questions to pop up.
It's coming out. Yeah. I'm still answering.
So I'm just typing away, and I'm grateful for all these questions, but just to keep up was a bit much. I will say we have a lot of students who are asking about transferring in, whether they're international, or high school, or whatever. I would rather answer those questions via email so that way we can stay in close connection with each other, because that's a little more in-depth questions. So you can email me at nsantos@hccc.edu. We have individuals who are asking about the summer courses. Those summer courses start summer 1, May 26th of 2020, and all classes, and I repeat, all classes for summer 1 and 2 will be remotely. There will be no in-person class. For the fall, we don't know what the future holds. So please hang tight with us until we find that out. Thank you.
Janine or Royal, is there any questions that stood out to you that you want to bring up that we can address right now?
Yeah, we have a few students who are coming back to school that have bachelor's already. And unfortunately, they will not be eligible for a TAG or Pell Grant. They are eligible to apply for any scholarships that we have at Hudson. And they can also apply for student loans.
Great.
Yeah. Could someone possibly give the right email for financial aid? Because I know we have a lot of questions about financial aid. Thank you.
So the right email for financial aid is financial_aid@hccc.edu.
Thank you.
I have a question from Fatima Sindhu. She's a LEAP student and she's requesting her transcripts. So right now, Fatima, you can go to nationalstudentclearinghouse.org and order your transcripts for the English 101 and 102 class that you took at Hudson.
And also we have couple international questions, and Sabrina Bullock is our international student representative, and her email is sbullock, which is SBULLOCK@hccc.edu, and she'll be more than happy to answer those questions because she's the expert on that.
And we absolutely do have international students at Hudson County Community College. There is a certain process you will have to go through, so that's why Janine is referring you to Sabrina. But we absolutely have students that come from all over the world to Hudson County Community College.
Okay, I have a question from Damaris. She's saying that she has credits from BCC and planned on taking the placement test. So with that being said, if you have credits, the best option that you should do is transfer your credits over. You can do that by first applying and doing an application online at hccc.edu/apply. Once you receive that email, it will be detailed with your student ID number. Then you can submit your transcript to transfer evaluations, that's with the S at the end, at hccc.edu. And with that, once you receive that email, it will be detailed of whether or not you would have to take the placement test or you can be awarded credits. So as long as you took English 101 and Math 100, you should be exempt from taking the college placement test. Or if you have an issue where you can't obtain your transcript because of a financial hold, from that institution, then yes, you would have to take it if you would start over.
Okay. We also have some questions about AP classes. And if you've taken AP Math, or I think it's Algebra, or an AP English, and you get a 3 or higher, you don't need to take the college placement test, and those classes will transfer in.
We also had a question here. What is the best time I should take the placement test? That's now that we have gone to remote, it's really up to you whether you can be exempt or you can take the online placement test or do the directed self-placement. It's really up to you. Students are doing it now as we speak. So whatever works with your schedule, I always recommend sooner than later because that will allow you to register sooner than later, which allows you to have a better option of classes. Always, if you register early, you always have a better choice of classes, a better choice of schedule. So we always recommend at Hudson registering as early as possible.
I have a question from Nikki Thompson. She's stating that she is interested in our nursing program. She completed several prerequisite courses and she needs to take an AAP 1, 2 in microbiology. She's interested in doing it in the summer. Okay, Nikki, so what I would suggest for you to do is, again, submit your transcript so we can see what is awarded. And you're saying you're interested in our program. A&P 1 is offered, and it's A&P 1 and 2 is offered, but they are in sequence. So you would have to take A&P 1 in the summer, A&P 2, and then you would have to take the microbiology because they're all sequenced with each other. If you have any further questions, you can contact me at nsantos, that's SANTOS, at hccc.edu.
We also have a question about do we participate in the Community College Opportunity Grant? Right now we are, and I think Matthew, maybe you could give us a little bit more info. Is that going to be coming online in the fall?
So we absolutely do participate in it. This is the funding does come through the state, so it's based on the state's budget. As of right now, we're waiting to hear with the state's updated budget of where that will be. So as you're waiting for it, so are we. The last term we had it was this past spring, and we are very, very hopeful that we will have it in the fall. As soon as we hear from the state budget, we will certainly notify students right away and get you enrolled through that CCOG program if you're eligible.
Mm-hmm.
There's a question in regards to financial aid, and Paola, she said, what do I do when it comes to filling out financial aid paperwork like grants? I keep getting emails to fill out some paperwork, but I don't know how to fill it out. Well, Paola, if you're still viewing, you can actually go to our financial aid email address, which it was already highlighted via Nakia. So that's financial_aid, AID, at hccc.edu. Or you can actually call 201-744-2767.
So somebody said, will we be sending this WebEx and slides by email after the event to the participants? We will be sending the recording out to students. So we are recording this today. We will be sending that out afterwards. And if we're able to send the attachment slides, we will do that as well. So we will get you something after this presentation so you can have this information. Another thing that I'm seeing coming up a lot is about transfers. Where do I send my transcripts to? Can I do it online? You can send that to Transfer Evaluations. That's with an S at the end. Transfer Evaluations at hccc.edu.
Now, again, it's a difference with transferring in and taking some summer courses at Hudson. If you're seeking to do a program and obtaining your degree, then you would send it to the email that Matt just stated. If you are only seeking summer classes, you will contact C. Mabea, that's CMABEYA at hccc.edu for non-matriculating and visiting students.
I have someone here that says, Jessica said, I'm a high school senior. Can I still register? Absolutely. You can still register now if you plan on coming in the fall. So you're still welcome to do that. If you are applying for financial aid, they may require your high school diploma. So that's the only thing, but you could, of course, can always do that after you graduate. But you are eligible now to start moving through the process and getting tested and registered and everything that any other normal student would do.
I have a question here. What's the best way for a student to submit their SAT scores, their transcripts, anything like that, that a student can get ready to, to get ready to register?
So if you're talking about high school transcripts, they can be sent to admissions@hccc.edu. We will take those. If you're talking about being exempt from the college placement test, we will start looking at them that way. So if you just email admissions@hccc.edu, send those transcripts over. If you meet our criteria, we will let you know if you're exempt and can start registering as a college level student.
And Matthew, if I'm correct, if they have SAT scores, they send those to admissions also, correct?
Correct. SAT scores, high school transcripts. They can also send their AP scores and ACT as well.
Okay, thank you. All right.
I have a question regarding the bookstore and obtaining books for the upcoming semesters. I would definitely say contact the bookstore at hccc@bkstr.com to ask those particular questions, because the bookstore is temporarily closed as of now. The telephone number is 201-360-4390. Again, the email is hccc@bkstr.com.
There's a question from Bishoy in regards to what will happen to our online class in the summer for credit, or I guess for credit. So can someone enlighten that?
Can you clarify the question, Royal?
Yes, from Bishoy, and it's written as such: what will happen to our online class in the summer for the credit?
I'm not exactly sure what the question is referring to, but everything will be online. You'll receive the same credit as if you were taking it in person. So there's no difference there. As I mentioned before, you all are also given a pass-fail option, but you're still welcome to take a traditional letter grade as well. I have a question here. Stacy Ann Ford says, I wanted to retake the math placement test. Can I do that online? Yes, you can. Everyone is given the right to a retest on our college placement test. So if you only want to take the math portion, you can absolutely do that, and you could do it online through Examity. If you email testing@hccc.edu and let them know that you would like to retake the math placement test, they will certainly help you get set up with that.
I have a question from Peter Brian Reynoso, and this is one of our big questions. And Matt, I know that you're going to love this one. Does HCCC participate in the Community College Opportunity Grant?
Yeah, so as Janine had a similar question before, yes, we absolutely we're participating in the Community College Opportunity Grant. It is currently not available now. The last time it was available was this past spring. And we are hopeful, based on the budgeting from the state, that it will be available again in the fall. But we won't know that until they pass their next budget line. So we're waiting just as everyone else is waiting, but we're very hopeful that it will return for the fall and we'll be able to get more students enrolled. If you don't know what the Community College Opportunity Grant is, if you make less than have a household income of less than $65,000, you can actually attend Hudson County Community College for free tuition. So it's a great opportunity. You, of course, have to apply any grants you would receive from federal financial aid first, and then anything that's left over would be covered by the Community College Opportunity Grant. But it is for those household incomes that have less than $65,000.
Right, I have two questions. One is from one of my culinary students, and culinary classes will begin in September in the fall, which is September 2nd. And if you're interested, you can actually start taking some classes over the summer. But like Nakia said, everything is going to be online. And also, Nakia, you could probably answer this question because you are the keeper of everything. There's a lot of questions about our nursing program. Could you please give them the information? Because right now I'm drawing a blank on the email that they can reach out to. for the nursing, because you can, again, people can always email us personally and we can help you, but maybe you could give them the email.
Okay, so you guys can directly contact the nursing program. The telephone number is 201-360-4754. Someone will.
Nikia, can you repeat that again just a little bit slower so everyone can...
Okay, I do apologize. So you can contact the nursing program directly at 201-360-4754, or you can email. The email is really long. I can put it in the comments as well so that way you can see it. But the email is LCIECKIEWICZ@hccc.edu. That's the woman that you can get in contact with regarding the nursing program if you have any other questions. I will also put that in the comments just in case you did not get that.
And again, you can always email any one of us and we can talk to you, like Nikia said before, one-on-one, because sometimes we have to go really in depth and we just can't do it right here. Come on, we need some more questions, guys.
And if you there are, as our recruiter said, there are a lot of questions for us to go through, so we may have missed it if you sent it earlier, so feel free to send it again, because we are trying to scroll through and see all of your questions, which this is absolutely wonderful to see that everyone's very engaged.
Okay, we also have a question here that if a student had an IEP in high school, yes, do we have programs for them? And yes, we have a very strong program at Hudson. So if you would please email me at jnunes@hccc.edu. I'll be more than happy to give you that information. And what I can tell you right now is that you will have to supply us with your latest IEP and all the evaluations that you've had, so you can start getting those ready.
I think somebody asked if you could send the email again. Maybe you could repeat your email address one more time.
J Nunez, NUNEZ @hccc.edu.
I do see some questions in here about APs, taking the AP Advanced Placement Test. Do we accept AP scores? We absolutely do. They can be transferred in for credit at Hudson County Community College. If you are planning on doing that, they can. We would obviously need your transcript from your school, but we would be able to. Our cutoff score is a 3, so a 3 or higher would give you the credits.
Okay, we have some comments also, not in the Q&A. So I'm checking back in a personal chat, and an individual has a question regarding the construction management. This is from Jairo Paredes. Okay, so he's saying he graduated from Rutgers University. He's interested in the construction management program. Again, so I'm not sure if you obtained a bachelor's, but you will not be eligible for any financial aid, but you most likely will be eligible for loans. He's saying that he runs his own company and he's interested in online classes for this program. Okay, so again, just email me nsantos@hccc.edu, or you can give me a call at 201-360-4114 so we can go more in depth about those questions.
Thank you. Yeah, and for some of these very specific programs, we can absolutely get you connected to faculty members if you're interested in hearing more about the program and what it entails. So we will absolutely be happy to get you connected to anyone at the college, whether it's somebody in the nursing program, STEM, you mentioned construction management. So we're very connected with all the departments here. So if you, as I said before, if you want to reach out to us, we will absolutely get that information to you. What I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen and put back up our contact information so that everyone can see it, just so you have it. Just give me 1 second here.
Nakia, can you repeat that number again for gyro?
201-360-4114. That is my direct line for HCCC, for HCCC, and my email address is nsantos@hccc.edu. I have another question from Ariana Smallwood regarding IEP. We do have support services. You can directly contact a woman by the name of Corinne Davis. It's kdavis@hccc.edu. And again, like Janine mentioned, you would need an updated IEP in order for her to supply you with the services that you need. Also, she asked, can I apply for scholarships even if I did not take the SAT or the ACT test? Matt, can you chime in on that, please?
Can I take the place, say that one more time?
She wants to know if she qualifies for scholarships despite her taking an SAT or ACT test.
Yes, you would still qualify, even whether you're taking those, even if it allows you to be exempt from the college placement test, and you're able to go right into college level work, you would still be eligible for scholarships at Hudson. There's other criteria, which I don't know your background, but it does list the eligibility requirements on the scholarship website that I provided before. So definitely take a chance to look at those eligibility requirements. But based on that question, yes, you would still be eligible.
I don't see any more questions.
So a question that I had was, will all my credits transfer to a four-year institution? Do one of you want to take that?
Sure. I'll do it because I'm a most recent graduate. From my experience, when I graduated from Hudson in 2016, going into Rutgers, they did accept all my credits that I had for my program. I'm not sure, and Matt, you can confirm if each program is different, but yes, Rutgers did accept all my programs from Hudson County Community College.
Yes, and there is a law in New Jersey that if they're transferring from a New Jersey community college to a New Jersey four-year institution, they have to accept your credits. That's not necessarily true if you go out of the state, but if it's from a New Jersey community college to a four-year New Jersey institution, then yes, they would have to accept it.
Okay, I have a question about the nursing program. And this is from Zhu Sung Ying. May I know what's the difference in regards to admission requirements between pending nursing and nursing AS? Thanks. So you do have to meet your requirements for the nursing program before you can actually apply to the nursing program. Again, you have to take all your classes and then apply for the nursing program in order to be accepted into the actual program. You're not considered a graduate of that program until you completed your clinicals.
And then I have another question here, then maybe we'll take one or two more. How do I know if I qualify for financial aid? The only way you will know is if you apply at FAFSA.gov. That is they'll let you know if you're going to be eligible or not. You can absolutely, if you're confused on how to apply, our financial aid office will certainly walk you through it and take you through it step by step. But the only way to know if you really qualify for financial aid is if you actually apply. And they will let you know either they're going to deny you or they're going to let you know how much they can award you, or you may be eligible, maybe not necessarily for grants, but you may be eligible for loans. So there's a lot of different scenarios that can take place there. But the first thing is you have to go to FAFSA.gov and apply. And again, if you're confused or even it's intimidating, which it can be, we're here to help you. So if you feel that you're nervous about applying for it or you're unsure, we're certainly will help you through that process.
I have someone by the name of Jason. He said he would like to thank all of us for hosting this event today.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you for being here. So I actually, since my screen is sharing, I can't actually see any other questions. Recruiters, is there anything, one more last one before we want to wrap this up? It's almost 2 o'clock, and this was scheduled from 1 to 2.
Okay.
You answered.
Brittany, I'm sorry, Brittany, yes, you can email me. Definitely email me. I just saw that pop up. I'd like to thank everyone for taking time out of their day today. Please, please, please reach out to us. That's what we're here for, to help you and get you ready to start classes with us as soon as possible.
Yeah. And what Nakia said earlier is if you do reach out to us, everyone's in a different situation. Everyone has a unique situation. So if we're able to work with you and you reach out to us, we will work with you one-on-one to make sure you get to the, whatever you're trying to do. We're going to give you the information, the resources, or we'll help you along the way ourselves. So you definitely reach out to us. I have all of our contact information on the screen. Even though I only have email, after we start communicating through email, we may have a phone call afterwards. We certainly like to stay in touch with our students, especially prospective students. So all of our information is on the screen. So please reach out. It's easier for us to work with you one-on-one and understand your situation. And I promise you, we will do everything we can to get you to where you need to be.
And one more thing, Matt, what is it? Natalia Novak, she wants to know if this presentation slides can be emailed to her.
So yes, there will absolutely be a recording of this, and then I will work on getting the slides attached to that as well. So yes, regardless, after this presentation, in the next day or two, we will send this out to make sure that you do have this information. Yes.
All right, I would just like to close out with this last question or concerns. A woman is saying she would rather take classes on campus rather than online. So this is for Elsa. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances of COVID-19, in-person classes are not available. As for now, we're unsure what the circumstances may hold for fall. You can be patient and you can either work with myself, Janine, or Royu with moving forward for the fall semester. Again, if you're not interested in the summer program, the summer online classes, just try to hang in there until fall. Keep that same motivation and eagerness for the fall semester. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone, we want to stay optimistic. We're hopeful. We're back in the fall. If it is online, or if you do take a summer online class, I can assure you that we are providing a ton of support for students. We're doing orientations. We have advisors working with students to make sure they feel comfortable being online. I certainly understand that some of you may not want to be online. Unfortunately, it's out of our control right now. But we're optimistic. We're hopeful we'll be able to be back on campus. You can still register for the fall. You can still go through the process. If it ultimately comes down to it, you can always drop out of the course. We wouldn't want to see you do that, but you could register now, and then you could still drop out with a full refund if at the end of the day you're not comfortable. But it might be worth a shot, and maybe once you work with some faculty members and staff, maybe you will feel more comfortable to be online. Like I said, great orientations for students. And I've heard from students that after going through a lot of the things that we have put in place, they feel much more comfortable being online. So just some food for thought. But we are absolutely, fingers crossed, hoping we will be back on campus in the fall.
Please.
Fingers crossed.
So with that being said, I am going to wrap this up. Thank you all so much for being here today. We truly, truly appreciate all your questions. We try to get to all of them, but there may have been some that have been missed. Please email us, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. If you don't email us, you can always email admissions@hccc.edu. But we look forward to hearing from you, and we hope to see you, whether it's in the upcoming summer or fall terms at Hudson County Community College. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.
Take care.